Hi everybody again, this is Sophia Bierman. I'm a psychic medium. I've been on the Travel Channel. I've been on YouTube. Obviously, I've been on Josh Gates. And I'm starting another Vox Box, the continuation of a session that I just finished. Because I know sometimes they get too long in listening to it and you don't have time or you just get bored. So, what? So, like I said, I just cut the other one. What? So I just cut the other one off and I'm recording it from another session I just finished. Because like I said, I know you guys get bored and you may not have time to listen to it. So I'm still recording from the last time. So I have my Vox Box session and I'm doing a session with some spirits here. And they are very active. So,
honest.
Yeah, honest.
You told...
What? You can hear them. There's about 10 of them out here that are very vocal today. So, you spirits, any of you spirits want to tell me your first names, please? Do any of you spirits want to tell me your first names, please?
Alan.
Alan. Hi, Alan. How are you? Alan, do you know my name? I know you were listening. Alan, do you want to tell me your name? You want to tell me your first, well, you told me your first name, I apologize. Anybody else want to tell me their first names?
Oops, Art.
Did you say Art? I know Greta's out there. Greta, honey, you want to talk to me again? Greta, you want to come forward and talk to me? Now George is out there. George is always out there listening. He's always around me. George is somebody that's been with me for a while. Okay, spirits, come on. Don't get all of a sudden quiet on me. Drive? Do I drive or do you drive? I drive. I have a white car, white truck myself that I drive. It's an SUV. Do you drive? And what? What else do you want to know? Are you asking me or should I ask you? Would you like to know anything else?
No.
How old are you? Do any of you spirits remember how old you are?
Expressed.
Do any of you spirits, do you remember how old you are? I'm listening. I can hear you, sir.
Hollywood.
Hollywood? Oh no, somebody said. Hollywood? Okay, so can you tell me your first names, please, so I can address you properly? Can you say that again?
Let's see.
Can you please tell me your first names again, please? Can you tell me some of your first names? Can any of you spirits see me? Can any of you spirits see me? It gets kind of frustrating sometimes. Because I talk and I talk when they start talking. What? And the spirits don't talk in full sentences like we do. Because it takes them a lot of energy to talk. Yeah, I am right. Thank you for validating that. What is your name? Sir, what is your name? What is your name, too, that just spoke? What is that gentleman you just heard the last one? Kind of like a medium voice. I have a feeling he's or used to be like an announcer on the radio or sports, like at the Brewers or something like that. That's what I think he did. I'm getting the feeling that's what he did for a living. Who am I speaking with?
Cindy, what?
Are you
Power Ranger.
Power Ranger? Cindy, I heard Cindy. Cindy, can you come forward, honey? Cindy, you want to talk to me? Cindy, do you want to talk to me? This is what happens. They all try to talk to me at once. I just get bombarded. I know some people try doing this and they can't even get one spirit. And I get how many multiple spirits that come through and talk to me at once. Yes. What is your name? What is your first name, ma'am? Can you tell me? Can you tell me where you're from?
You're Holly.
Slash.
Yeah, in my house. Can you see me?
And your name?
Can you see me? Can you tell me where I'm sitting? And what is your first name? I wasn't going to tell anybody that, but I do have a lot of spirits in my house. Pardon me? Now that wasn't George. Was that Herbert? Herbert, was that you? Yes. Herbert, was that you?
Here, take.
Was that Herbert that said in my house? Yes. That was Herbert? Can you say yes again or no? Was that Herbert that said in my house? There's a little history between George and Herbert. And George or Herbert can say what the history is between... What? Actually what? Does somebody want to tell the history between George and Herbert? Or should I do it? You're confirming that I should do it? Or does George or Herbert... What? Does George or Herbert want to say the history between George and Herbert, or should I tell everyone?
Solomon.
Solomon? Hi, Solomon. How are you? Are you the sports announcer? Solomon? Come back here, Solomon. Yeah, okay. Solomon, can you hear me yet?
Casket.
Casket. Whose casket, honey? Maybe you should just what? May not talk about it? George, I know that's you. There's a history between George and Herbert here. And it goes back to 1858. George, do you want me to tell the story? George. Play some music, George, if you want me to talk and tell the story between you and Herbert. Remember, I'm not judging you. George? George, tell me if you want me to tell the story between you and Herbert. Yes or no, or play some music. I know you can hear me. George? George, come forward, please, and tell me, do you want me to tell the story between you and Herbert? What?
And credit.
Credit? No, I'm not going to say anything. I told you, George, I don't judge you. You asked me if God would forgive you, didn't you?
Number one micro.
George? Do you not want me talking about it? George?
Let's go.
I just saw something behind me on the camera. That's bizarre. Let's go back and look at it and play it back. Something back over here. And there shouldn't have been. So, do you want to give me a sign that I can discuss your story, George? Yes or no, or play some music? Herbert, I can do it. Okay, you played some music, didn't you? Thank you. Okay, so there's two spirits here. Oh, thank you, George. So I can do it. That was George. Thank you, George. Don't worry, George. I'm just going to say what happened, okay? Like I said, I'm not judging you. That was George. There's two spirits here. George, my favorite, and Herbert. George and Herbert are here, and it dates back to 18...
Big story.
It is a big story. Thank you, honey. What? It dates back to 1858. And when I started doing the Vox Box, he came on and he had a deep voice and he scared the heck out of me. So, but George is my favorite. And like I told him, yes, he is. You know that. And I don't judge at all. Yes. And another spirit told me what George's name was.
That's 800.
George was quiet. He tells me he's inconspicuous. He sits back and listens and watches, which is fine. So, another spirit told me what George's name was, and George came forward and he asked me if God would forgive him.
Forwarded.
Yeah, forwarded. So, because George told me he knew I was a pastor, which I am. And I said, George, I said, okay, I'll get to the short of it. Thank you. So what happened was George told me he killed Herbert here, which I have a picture of Herbert, and he's very large. He's probably, looks like he's 7 feet tall in my house. Am I correct? Yeah. Okay. So George stabbed Herbert with a knife. And that's why George asked me if God would forgive him. That's why George asked me if God would forgive him. And I said, you're going to have to ask God for forgiveness. I can't help you with that. And I said, I don't judge you. I don't know. Yeah, you're right, honey. So I don't know the circumstances. Self-defense, whatever it was 1858. Things were different back then. And I just told George, I said, you know, just talk to God and ask for God's forgiveness if it was self-defense or if he had accidentally killed someone. So that's why George and Herbert are here. Both of them are. So they're stuck in purgatory. So that's what happened. So I talked to George. Herbert's here. He talked to me a little bit twice. So they're both here. That's why everybody knows, don't you? So that's the story with Herbert and George. And I actually have a picture of Herbert, but I don't have a picture of George, do I? Nope. So that's the story. Hey, George. That's George's voice. Yeah. Right, George? That's George's voice. That's his voice. You know, everybody, sometimes people think this is, excuse my expression, my deceased loved ones, that it's creepy, but it's not creepy. They were once people. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not creepy. But everybody wants to know that they're okay and they're happy and everything else. So some people say that what I wouldn't give to talk to them again. Well, sometimes I can help them do that. So that's why I do this. To me, it's not creepy. I've had this gift since I've been 5 years old, and people who know me know that. And I don't know any other way of life. So I talk to the spirits all the time. Sometimes they get in my face or pull my hair or poke me in the back of the leg at 2 in the morning. I have to tell them to stop it. So I'm going to sign off. I have some things to do. I'm going to upload these to YouTube so everybody can watch them. Do spirits want to say anything? Anybody? I know that meant yes. Come on. Talk to me. Got something else to say? Come on, talk to me. I know you're listening. What was that? I'll probably hear it later.
How was that?
Your thoughts. Yes, I will listen to your thoughts. Do you want to talk to me?
Shade room.
Shade room? I don't know. Maybe that's from old days. I'll have to look that up. Okay. Is everybody okay that's listening to me? Spirits, are you all okay? Herbert? Herbert, did you finally come forward again? Herbert? I just heard Herbert. Maybe he's listening to us talk. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Maybe I'll start another recording because they're very active. Thank you, everybody.